Welcome back, everybody, to the State Farm Center. I'm Brian Barnhart with head coach John Groce as we start the 16-17 basketball season for the Fighting Illini. Year number 5 for Coach Groce and his staff already, which is hard to believe. And I know you've got a team, you and I have talked a little bit. It's an old team, not necessarily experienced, though, playing together.
It's unique because here we have this team that has all these older guys, a couple 25-year-olds, but some of the guys have not played together. That's why this preseason, Brian, has been so important to us. The exhibition games will be extremely valuable because each day that goes by, I think we get closer and closer to synchronization.
Tell me about how practice has gone as you've started out this year.
We've practiced well for the most part. Our guys have really taken a lot of pride in holding themselves to a very high standard every day. And we don't hit that standard, it's my job to tell them, push them through thresholds, get them to places that they might not be able to get to on their own, and we've done that. And the reason we're allowed to do that, I think, is because our guys are so coachable. So they allow us to hold them accountable to the standards that we have in place that really they want, because they want to do something special together. In order to do that, you have to be consistent.
What's unique about this Illinois team this year, as you know, Coach, is the sixth-year guys, 2 sixth-year guys on the team, and then 4 other seniors on top of that.
Makes it really unique. We have a senior meeting each week. I really enjoy that. Their experiences are when you put them all together, the number of games they've played, what they've been through, both good and trying to fight through situations that maybe where you had to grind a little bit and be positive and stay above all of it. So they've learned a lot. Their experiences and their comments and their thoughts are very unique and very profound. I enjoy the group of 6 seniors. I enjoy, obviously, our team, but the leadership that those guys provide and everything they've been through, both the plus and the minus, is really good for our team.
Let's talk about kind of positions real quick. Guards, point guards, with Jalen and, of course, Tijon, the freshman, and then Tracy being back.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. It's the first time in our 5 years, Brian, where we have 3 guys. 2 of them obviously very seasoned, and then Tijon, who's very talented, a young guy that has a lot of toughness and really can see the floor. He's a terrific passer. He's learning very quickly. He didn't get a start with us until October the 3rd. He missed summer and fall coming off the injury that he had in high school. And I've been really impressed with his accelerated improvement here throughout the month.
Shooting and wings, led by Malcolm Hill, a candidate for all Big Ten player on that first team, but maybe player of the year eventually. But wow, what depth you've got at the wing and shooting guard spot.
We do, obviously. Malcolm, Jalen Coleman-Lands, AJ, Tracy can play there a little bit, DJ, Alex Austin gained valuable experience last year playing a lot of quality minutes for us. So we do. We have a lot of depth there at wing and really have depth at all the positions when healthy.
And your centers, of course, Maverick Morgan, Mike Thorne.
But yeah, no question, you've got 2 older guys there. Obviously Mab, a senior, has been with us really from the jump in our first recruiting class. And then you've got Mike Thorne, who's a 6th-year guy. And both of those guys give us some real depth at that position.
All right, let's take a look at the non-conference season now as you start. The exhibition games early and then some opponents. And you've got some big-name opponents. You're going to be playing in New York. You'll be playing the Missouri game. BYU in Chicago.
No question, it's going to challenge us, and that's one of the things that we try to do with that non-conference schedule is challenge ourselves, make sure that it prepares us for Big Ten play. We've got a lot of great opportunities, both home, away, neutral, and obviously we get a chance to play at home this year to start off the season, which is a big deal. And we just want to continue to max out every day and to keep getting better. The preseason, in my mind, doesn't officially end until we tip against SEMO on November 11th. So we still have some time to finish this thing out the right way and continue to get synchronized, as I mentioned earlier.
And obviously coaches don't really have a say as to what the Big Ten schedule is. You go with what you've got. Well, we start right away at Maryland and then Ohio State on the 1st of January.
It gets going quickly, obviously, right after Christmas for us. And I like the balance of our schedule. We really don't go on the road back-to-back. We have a couple 2-game home stands because we're bookended with the at Maryland game, and then our final game, game 18, is also on the road. So I like the flow of it. I think it's going to be good for us. But at the end of the day, Brian, as you know, I have very little control over that. Right. We got to play the game that's in front of us.
Well, it helps to have older guys, though, when you get into conference play, I would think. It's got to be a key. I know we had a team several years ago that was older that won the Big Ten Conference in the late 90s. Was overlooked, I think, by a lot of people. That is the kind of team I think you could have this year in conference play.
No question, especially if we can get some type of consistency on the defensive end. Obviously, we've got to get our defense back. I've said that over and over. You know, we've got to get it back to where it was the first 3 years here. Last year, we were just too porous. I mean, we've got to do a much better job of stopping people consistently. Our guys are aware of that, and we're working very diligently to put ourselves in position to do that here this season.
Recruiting is a 24/7 deal. Obviously, that's going to continue, and as you continue to build depth and stability, you got a great new renovated building to sell as well, great academics. Talk about recruiting and what you're looking for there as we go forward.
Sure. Well, obviously, it's a big class for us. You mentioned the 6 seniors we have now. You know, obviously making sure that we bring in talented people and talented players when those guys leave. And without mentioning specific names, you know, due to the NCAA rules, you know, we feel really good about the start that we've gotten in recruiting. We still have 1 or 2 more that we hope to add, you know, to that class, because it's an important class for us, being that we're losing 6 guys.
Yep. The renovation of the stadium's going very well. That's going to be fun to play in the State Farm Center.
Oh, no question. It looks terrific. You know, one of the goals was to create a great atmosphere in here with all the different changes that we've made. It's a great home court. The changes have certainly made it one of the best facilities in all college basketball.
Coach, we're looking forward to it. Good luck this year.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, head coach John Groce here from the State Farm Center in Champaign.